let's talk about the winners of the ban list. So starting off, which deck dodged the bullets or got stronger? First is obviously going to be Mitsurugi. Now, Mitsurugi dodged a bullet completely, only losing King of the Feral Imps, so Raizo Mitsurugi is dead. However, this means that pure Mitsurugi is still playable, so this deck, with its potential support coming from the OCG, might become even better, so we can look forward to that. The next one is going to be Snake Eyes. I think this deck received a massive power bump from the list, not just because of Poplar and Ash returning to 3, but more importantly, Linkuriboh went to 1, meaning that this deck now has access back to one of the best Link 1 monsters in the game, so this was a good benefit to it. Additionally, our third one is going to be True Draco. True Draco is a winner not because of meta contention, but mostly because of the fact that this deck received both Diagram and Masterpiece back to 3 immediately, meaning that this deck is now at full power, which it has not been in years. The fourth winner is actually going to be Lunalight. This deck receives a massive power bump thanks to many of the decks in the top contention being hit even more. That means that this deck can slowly climb back up. And then finally, the last winner, and I think one of the more prominent decks we will go ahead and see, is everything from Justice Hunters. Now, I know that's kind of a caveat because it's not one single deck, but the point is the Justice Hunter strategies take this final slot because they effectively took no direct hits in that every single one will be playable with Dooms of Dimension, and additionally they will only get stronger thanks to Dooms of Dimension, especially Yummy. Although they lost Obedience School, this deck does not receive any real hit, so it'll still be as powerful as it needs to be. Additionally, Draco Tail having no hits at all, fantastic. The deck was always the third of the group, but now steps up above, and Vanquish Soul being hit as well as Crystron being hit indirectly does mean that the K9 variant decks do have to do a little bit of reshuffling, so they do fall into third contention. However, all the K9 cards are obviously left alone, so this means that they are still viable for you guys to splash in your decks. So you let me know down below what you think, because